It's time for Lion Athletics on your new home for Baxter Springs High School sports, Baxter Springs Sports Live. Baxter Springs Sports Live is presented by WDM. Learn more at WDMinc.net. Also by It's time for Baxter Springs High School Athletics on your new home for the Lions, Baxter Springs Sports Live.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back out here to Southeast Kansas for the Lancer Classic. We're getting ready to play the third place game between your Baxter Springs Lions and the College Heights Cougars. Cougars come into this matchup 4-4. Lions come in 7-5, including tournament play. So we're getting ready for a good matchup tonight. Lions looking to get another win in the win column after facing a tough loss last night against the Parsons Vikings. Vikings, a very quick, very good 4A team. Expect them to go pretty far in that bracket, and they were able to take down your Lions last night. And here in front of you, we have the third place game between College Heights and the Riverton Rams, with just 1 second remaining. That one's going to wrap up. The Riverton Rams will win that one, take home the victory there, and our boys getting ready to warm up. So I figured I'd start now rather than later, eh? That way we don't have any issues whatsoever. Also, our tactic worked. If you know what I mean, we kept our territory. Everything was good. We're up here in the nice little area. We had plenty of time to set up. So shout out to Carson Cobb and everyone for keeping things locked up here. Well, I'd like to let you guys know that as we enter this broadcast, that everything is presented by WDM Williams Diversified Materials. WDM is proud to support Baxter Springs Athletics and USD 508. Stop in and see WDM at 2903 Military or call 620-679-9810. Be sure to ask about the storage shed and U-Haul rental. Well, we're going to enter into the Route 66 Hardware pregame show. Sponsored by Route 66 Hardware. Stop in and see them. For more information, Riverton going to take home that third place trophy. Well, Sarah, after that girls game, we had our drive, went and got some food, got nice and relaxed for this game, getting ready to go. We had a long chat about our Baxter Springs Lions and how they can become a better team. We really talked about it, really thought about it. And we really, I feel like we discovered things.
I think so too.
I feel like we did a good job. I feel like we should dig into that a little bit here. We talked about how our Baxter Springs Lions, they don't really know themselves on the basketball court.
Yeah, you can see in little moments, you see where they know themselves. They know what they can do. They know what they can accomplish. They have confidence. But more often than not, they don't. You can really see it when miscommunications are and errors occur, bad passes happen, and when they get down on themselves. You can really see that they just don't know, or whenever they have a wide open shot and they're just scared to take it.
That's right. And we also talked about how some of the players on the court for them don't exactly know how best that they can score. Obviously, they've been doing just fine all year long, and I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I'm a coach and tell them this is how you need to do it. But there are definitely some things that they should do because, like you said, it almost seems like they're timid out there on the court. Everybody besides Jacob Grant and Weston Schaefer, I would feel. Schaefer and Grant not afraid to take shots, not afraid to go up with the ball.
Mm-hmm.
But Javen Alexander, Isaiah May, and Logan Abbott, Gage Maggard, it all feels like they're a little bit timid to shoot. I understand in Maggard's case, he's probably been told once or twice in his life, you're a defender, you're going to hustle, get rebounds. But he's got a pretty shot. He's made shots all year long. He just doesn't shoot very often.
Yeah, and he needs to. I mean, there have been several games where he's made clutch shots and had momentum going for this Baxter team, but we don't see that very often, and I would like to see more from both him and Javen Alexander. I believe both of those guys are good shooters. They should shoot the ball. Don't be scared. What's the worst thing that could happen? You could get taken out. Coach is going to put you right back in. He's going to have more faith in you making shots or attempting and having scoring opportunities than having a player out there who's going to be timid and not shoot at all.
And because they're so good on defense, you can't have them out of the game for long.
That's
That's
exactly
the
right.
reason they've been playing so much all year is because they are so quick, they hustle so well, and they can take control of the game very easily.
I mean, we were talking or on the way to go get lunch, I guess.
Yes.
Talked about how aggressive Javen Alexander was yesterday on defense, but we didn't see a lot out of him offensively, which, it just counteracts. You have to see both.
And he had one of his better games offensively. We talked about how he kind of looks like a football player. He's built kind of like a tree trunk. That's how. Oh, his name's Dakota up at the college. Whenever he calls football games, that's how he describes the Pitt State running backs. They're like tree trunk runners. He's not a scrawny kid. He's able to take control of games by using his size and get to the basket. And that's something we saw yesterday that we really enjoyed, is how he was able to take it to the rim. He did that a few times when he hasn't really done that all season.
And because of his body size, I would say he's one of the most like muscular on the team.
Yes.
He needs to use that to, bully people down low, create shots, as well as screens. I think he's a massive asset for screening if, you set a proper screen, because I'm not gonna lie, if I was running around and he screened me, I would be on the floor.
Yeah. He's a big kid, and it shows because usually whenever the other team has a bigger kid down low, Alexander will guard him because he's very capable of being physical down low. So if he could just use that on the offensive side and translate it to that, he's going to be such a good player and such a key asset for this Lions team. But for now, we just need to see gradual improvement until that sub-state comes.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, we got another month until we can...
Yes.
I mean, you're always thinking about
something. You got plenty of time to practice.
That's exactly right.
So that is one player we'd like to highlight. Another person that we talked about were the two freshmen that kind of actually these three freshmen that get in all the time, it seems, on this offensive side and defensive side. Isaiah Main, Logan Abbott, and Caleb Grant. Three fantastic additions to the roster who are getting regular play time and are making the most of it.
Mm-hmm.
Isaiah Main has come off the bench onto this starting role. Seems like he was kind of just thrown into it.
I mean, the first few games, you can see how scared he was to play. He wasn't really sure of his position, but the last 3 games, you can see him driving to the basket, making more attempts defensively, and so much improvement between him.
He looks like he belongs.
Yes, he's starting to get the IQ that they need for this team.
That's exactly right. And then Logan Abbott is a player that I really enjoy watching. Something that we talked about we feel like the Lions lack is quickness. Now, that's not to say these players are not fast, but it kind of proved yesterday against the Vikings. The Vikings are a fast team.
Yes.
Kendrick, Mack, they're all incredible track runners for one thing, but they are very quick and athletic off the ball. They can go up and down the court like that.
And we saw how that really hurt the Lions defense.
Yes.
Because they were able to make fast breaks and make layups, and they just got beat every time, quite frankly.
Right. Yeah. And when you get beat every time off the ball, it's obviously going to lead to open threes like the Vikings had all night. And then if they hit those, you're in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
So one player that I think is necessary for this team is Logan Abbott. He is that quickness, that speed that I feel like we don't see very often. I know that's not the play style of most of the players on this team. Schaefer is he's a very smooth player where he makes his moves very slowly to the bucket, but he always gets to the bucket. Jacob Grant, very smooth down low, able to corral the ball and go up softly. He has very soft touch around the basket. Javen Alexander, one of those players who's now recently started getting a little bit smoother around the basket. We like to see that. However, Abbott is so quick off that first step. He gets open so often, and we talked about yesterday, if he could perfect that getting open off the dribble, pop, and shot, then he is going to be so good later down the line. Right now, he just got to hone that in, and once he does, he's going to be fantastic. But his quickness on the defensive side of the ball as well has been vital to this Lions team.
I mean, last night, he's aggressive. He took 2 charges and had a couple one blocking foul, I would say, because he set his feet. He was smart. He knew that guy was going to come into him, so might as well draw the foul.
And then one player also that I think can definitely, I don't want to say improve, but definitely can be made incredibly well is Jacob Grant. If he can perfect that shot that he takes over the middle where he rises up over everyone and shoots over them. We saw it in the first couple weeks where he was able to just go up and it seemed like he could hit shots from anywhere. So if we see that, where he just goes up over people. His height, if he's able to shoot from outside, with that height, he's going to be able to shoot from anywhere, basically uncontested.
Yep.
So if he can perfect that going up over people, the Lions offense is going to be incredibly hard to stop with the ball carrying ability of Schaefer. If Javen Alexander starts to go inside, and if Grant can perfect that shot over the top of heads. And then when you include the quickness of these two freshmen, I feel like this team is going to get great. And then an overlooked player is Gage Maggard on the offensive side.
Yeah.
He's very sneaky good on offense. We said we want to see him shoot more, but I think that also might be his kind of his savior right now. He gets open a lot because defenses don't really trust him to shoot.
Yeah.
So he's able to get to the rack.
That's exactly right. If they do their scouting right, they see that Maggard doesn't take a lot of shots. And when he does, most of the time they fall. And I said this to you off the air yesterday, but this reminded me of the Columbus Titans game, where we had a Titan blow up on the ref. But I respect Gage Maggard so much because whenever he gets angry about fouls that he doesn't think should be called or just gets frustrated with the game, he takes a walk and he comes back and he like gathers himself and calms himself down. That is such a good quality to have in a player.
I really respect his ability to calm down. He gets mad at calls like all of us do. All of us get angry.
I mean,
but like you said, he just walks to the other side of the court, removes himself from the situation, calms down, is able to come back and play at a high level even after the foul.
Yep. He might remember it, but he forgets it in the game and goes on with it. He doesn't make stupid fouls over and over again.
No, he's able to clear his head really quickly, and that is an asset in a player that you always want to have because bad calls are going to happen. You're going to get mad. It's just the nature of basketball.
Or any sport in general.
Any sport in general. It's just the nature of competition in general. If something doesn't go your way, you're going to get mad.
Yep.
And so his ability to come off that is incredible.
And his ability to play aggressively throughout that is incredible too.
Yes.
Doesn't get scared. He just keeps on going.
He's always a hustle magnet. Always able to get rebounds, steals.
I feel like he's in every play,
and
too.
He might be the defensive player of the year on the defensive side of the ball. One of those sneaky players who doesn't put up the numbers like the blocks or the steals, but he's always around the ball. And I feel like without him, this Lions team is just not the same.
Yep.
Well, that was our conversation that we had in the car. That's basically word for word what we talking about.
Yeah.
when we were coming home in the car. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to be right into the action here on the Route 66 Hardware pregame show. I got to go down and get rosters, as well as talk to some coaches about some different things. But until then, we'll be on a quick break. When we come back, we'll have first quarter action and the tip-off for the third place game in the Lancer Classic. You're watching Baxter Springs Sports Live.
Looking for a pharmacy that truly cares? Look no further than Wolker Drug, your hometown pharmacy in Baxter Springs. Locally owned and rooted in our community, check out their large selection of everything you need to keep your family happy and healthy. You can even print your photos at Wolker Drug. Take advantage of their convenient drive-thru or local delivery with Wolker's Smart Cars. For seniors, Wolker offers free Medicare Part D consultations. Wolker Drug, where your health and community come together in Baxter Springs. Check us out online at wolkerdrug.com.
Prescription drug pricing points to corporate
Freedom of the press is about your right to know.
and Clark sheer athleticism.
It's about your right to be informed.
For the stock market.
Today, there are real threats to press freedom
reaching residential areas.
and your right to know about the world around us. We must protect our right to know, no matter what kind of news is important to you. Before it's too late, understand the threats. ProtectPressFreedom.org.
For more than 20 years, Gherkin Rental has been the place to go to get the job done in eastern Kansas and western Missouri. With a huge selection of quality equipment, from roll-offs to trailers, telehandlers to generators, power washers to popcorn makers. Experienced equipment professionals and clean, well-maintained tools to help you get the job done right. The first time, Gherkin Rental. Stop by any of their 13 locations across the KC Metro or call 855-GHERKINS. That's 855-437-5367.
Hello, Four States. This is Jay Hatfield with Jay Hatfield Motorsports. We've been serving the Four States area with motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides, plus offering you parts and service since 2005. We have two convenient locations, Pittsburgh and Joplin, selling quality brands such as Polaris, Kawasaki, Yamaha, Can-Am, and Suzuki. Jay Hatfield has a huge inventory available for immediate delivery. We offer financing options and an extensive selection of accessories, Most important, we're making deals. Come in and get your fun started today at J. Hatfield Motorsports in Pittsburgh or Joplin.
Our whole vision of becoming the 4-state agency was because we want to be able to grow with our clients, whether they have a lake house in Oklahoma, whether they're starting a business and expanding into Arkansas. We want to make sure that they're taken care of, whether it's home, auto, financial services, or even life insurance. We want to walk through the stages of life with our clients. That's the biggest part. That's what makes us different.
Number one, obviously, is safety. We definitely call 811 to find out if there are any buried lines, fiber optic, whether it be telephone or pipeline or anything. Don't take a chance. Don't think you know and say, well, I don't remember anything being put in there. Call 811 and make sure that that's identified, that there isn't something there before you make that crossing. Because in the end, we want everybody going home.
Welcome back, everybody, here to the Route 66 Hardware pregame show. They just gave out their starting lineups, but I'd like to let you know first that the pregame show was brought to you by Route 66 Hardware, your trusted hardware store located in Baxter Springs, serving the community with top quality tools, equipment, and supplies. Everything you need for the home, lawn, garden, and more is at Route 66 Hardware, 109 East 12th Street in Baxter Springs, or call 620-856-3300. Stop in and ask about the big changes coming soon. Well, College Heights going to win the tip. They're coming off quickly off a loss to the Riverton Rams. That game came down to the wire. They've had two close games in this matchup so far. Baxter going to assume that 3-2 defense. They're going to get a rebound down low, go up for the shot, no good. Second shot is going to draw a foul. He'll get sent to the free throw line as well after making the and one. Starting for the College Heights Cougars, number 1, Walker, number 3, Schumacher, number 11, Dickens, number 12, Quaddy, and number 25, Staten. Free throw is good, so quick 3 points here for College Heights. They'll inbound to Maggard. Maggard has it. He'll go cross court to Maine. Maine gets the ball. He's going to blow by. Going down to the bucket. Nice pass off the backboard to Maggard. He'll go up top to Alexander. Now to Schaefer. Over to Maine in the corner. Fakes, goes baseline. He'll pause, go back out, and throw it up top to Alexander. Alexander back to Maggard, and they're going to call a new play. They're going to run 2 game. Over to Maggard. Maggard now. Down low, Grant. Over to Schaefer. That pass was neat. Over aside the backboard. Schaefer inside to Grant. Ahead Alexander. Alexander takes to the rack. Misses the inside shot. This is Dickens. Over to Schumacher. Staten to Dickens in the corner. Maine's going to peel that one out. It's taken back by the College Heights Cougars. Outside shot from Schumacher is good. 6-0 lead for the Cougars. Maggard bringing the ball down the floor for the Lions. Passes off to Maine. Maine now trying to set up some offense. Back up to Maine. Back over to Schaefer. Cougars running a 2-1-2 defense. Maine throws up a shot. Isaiah Maine gets the first points on the board. Have a day, kid. Have a day. Already making his presence felt on both sides of the ball. That shot no good. Schaefer comes down with the rebound.
I would just like to point out on that play, there were 4 Lions down there rebounding. That makes my heart happy.
That's very good news. Cross-court pass to Maggard. Now Grant over to Schaefer. Schaefer to Maine. Maine throw up another one. That one's off. It'll be rebounded down low by the Cougars. That's Walker bringing it up the floor now for the Cougars. He passes off Dickens. Dickens has it. He's guarded inside. Now Staten. Schumacher with another three. No good. Offensive rebound for the Cougars. Offensive rebound for Walker. Now we're going to listen in. This head coach for the Cougars, very vocal and a very good coach. Always talking to his team, and boy, do they listen. That ball is lost. Maggard going to come up with a steal. Ahead to Alexander. Now Maine at the top of the key. Schaefer on the wing. He'll go cross court once again to Maggard. Maggard down low to Grant. Grant pull-up shot, and that's what we talked about, what he needed. That little pull-up shot from anywhere on the court. 2 points in the game for Grant. And they're going to say Walker stepped out of bounds. That'll be a turnover for him. Maine to Schaefer. Cross-court Maggard. Maggard fakes the shot. He'll pass back out to Maine. Schaefer on the wing to Grant down low. Inside Alexander, back out Maine. Maine going to throw up a shot. It'll bounce around and out. Schaefer going to come down with an offensive rebound. Schaefer, he'll back down in the post. Go up over the top, and that one will rattle in good. Lions, 3 for 5 from the field. Walker outside. Up to Schumacher. Now on the wing to Dickens. Staten back out to Dickens. His three ball's no good. Good positioning for the Cougars. Will get the offensive rebound. Walker inside. Gets his own ball back. Schumacher's three is good. So 2 threes in the matchup already for Schumacher. Schaefer passes off to Maggard. That one's almost poked away. They're going to have a little bit of an advantage for a second. Back to Walker, and that one's going to be tipped away as well. So the loose passing there, and that'll be blocked by Schaefer. Schaefer sends that one back into the reach of number 12, Quaddy. Now Schumacher has another possession. Walker has it on the wing, guarded by Grant. He'll pass back up top to Dickens. And Cougars going to have to take a timeout here. Cougars will take a timeout, so we're going to take a quick one with them. It's a 30-second timeout, so you'll be back here in 30 seconds. You're watching Baxter Springs Sports Live.
Are you drowning in clutter and need of some extra space? Look no further than the Storage Shed in Baxter Springs. With a wide range of sizes and options available, the Storage Shed has the space that suits you best with 24-hour access, all in a secure facility. They even have storage containers. Plus, the Storage Shed is your authorized U-Haul rental store right here in Baxter Springs. Visit them today at 2903 Military Avenue or call 620-856-3906.
We're right back into the action here. Walker has it at the top of the key. He'll pass off to Dickens. Dickens now over to Schumacher. Back to Dickens. He's going to bounce it off his foot and dribble it out of bounds. So with that, the Cougars are going to have a substitution. Miller and Ukena going to come in for the Cougars. Schaefer to Maggard. Back up Schaefer. Now to Maine. Cross-court Maggard. Down low Grant. Grant will fake the first, pull up. Missed that second shot. Walker going to get the rebound. He's coming down quick. Alexander going to get... Oh, they're going to call a carry.
I thought Maine poked that.
What's that?
I said I thought Isaiah Maine poked it out. But
Well,
kind of did the swim move there.
I'm not going to disagree with the referee's call. That
No.
three ball up from Schaefer.
At least not that one.
That shot no good. Walker now sets up offense. Miller has it on the wing. Now Walker at the top of the key. He's working around. Back to Miller. Miller to Schumacher. Over on the wing, Walker now in the corner. Running the same type of offense that the Baxter Springs Lions run. Schaefer will come down with the rebound. He's guarded tightly by Quaddy. Quaddy going to work around him, and he'd get called for the reach-in foul. Stays a little bit over his welcome. Is going to get a foul called, not a cow called.
What do you call that? Spoonerism?
Exactly. Dickens will return to the game, as well as Burns. Burns will enter for his first time. Schumacher and Quaddy will take a seat. That's Quaddy's first. Maggard has it on the Lancer. He passes off to Abbott. Abbott will go down low Grant. Grant gets bumped, almost goes out of bounds, and they're going to say it went off of Abbott's hands last. That'll be a turnover for the Lions. Burns. Hands off Miller. Miller on the wing, Dickens. Dickens will go back up to Miller. Miller has it top of the key. He'll hand off. Burns. Dickens on the wing, a deep three ball. No good. Rebounded by Grant. So Cougars settling for outside shots. Lions willing to give. A neat little behind the back pass from Schaefer. Over to Schaefer on the wing, down Grant. Grant will go underneath, try to get the layup, gets his own rebound, tries to put it back up, but good pass to Alexander. So Alexander going to go up and get two.
That's what you like to call padding the stats right there.
Yeah, gets his own rebound and passes off to Alexander for the assist. That going to go through Miller's hands, so we're going to have a group substitution here for the Cougars. Quaddy, Walker, and Schumacher will return. Dickens will take a seat with Burns, as well as Ukina. Maggard gets the inbound. Just under a minute remaining here in the first. 9-9 game. Abbott has it. Cross court Schaefer. Schaefer down low Grant. Grant fakes the shot. Tries to go inside. A risky pass to Alexander. But they're going to get the ball back. Abbott, quick step off to the baseline. Back up top Maggard. Maggard needs to slow down and reset the offense. A tipped pass there. So some risky passes back and forth. Down low Grant inside Alexander. Alexander tries to get the ball to Schaefer. Gets it back. Now Schaefer has it down low on the bottom post. He's going to get a foul and sent to the free throw line. So a good little post move inside. Grant gets the ball inside to Alexander. The spin move over puts the balls in Schaefer's hand. And he'll start off cold from the free throw line. Missed a few free throws yesterday, but no reason to lose your confidence because he's been a good free throw shooter all year long. I want to roll out as well. Maggard going to hustle for it and get the ball down low. Grant now working inside. He'll go up over and have a little hook shot.
Do you think they heard our pregame show?
I sure hope so. I hope they were listening to it in the locker room. Walker up top, looking for the last shot of the quarter, trying to tie it up or go ahead by one. Schumacher cannot let this kid shoot because he can hit from anywhere. In the corner, he'll throw up a shot. No good. Air ball over the rim. So 9-11 is the score. Cougars trailing in this one at the end of the first. We'll take a quick break. Be back in a minute. You're watching Baxter Springs Sports Live.
Hello, Four States. This is Jay Hatfield with Jay Hatfield Motorsports. We've been serving the Four States area with motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides, plus offering you parts and service since 2005. We have two convenient locations, Pittsburgh and Joplin, selling quality brands such as Polaris, Kawasaki, Yamaha, Can-Am, and Suzuki. Jay Hatfield has a huge inventory available for immediate delivery. We offer financing options and an extensive selection of accessories. Most important, we're making deals. Come in and get your phone started today at Jay Hatfield Motorsports in Pittsburgh or Joplin.
Welcome back, everybody, here to Baxter Springs Sports Live in Southeast. The Lancer Classic Tournament. We're playing the third place game here. College Heights Cougars women's team just fell to the Riverton Rams in the third place game earlier, so they're trying to redeem the ladies squad and get a third place victory here in the men's bracket. But the Lions looking to stop them as they lead 11-9 at the end of the first. Well, Sarah, you said it almost seems like they listen. to our keys to the game in our pregame show, the Route 66 Hardware pregame show.
I mean, I don't want to jinx it or anything.
Exactly. But I do feel better knowing that they're getting offensive rebounds.
Me too.
Maggard, tiptoeing the line. He'll pass off. Abbott will get that ball after the tip. Down low, Grant to Schaefer. Throws it to no one cross court. So some confusion for the Lions. Results in a turnover. Cougars switch up their defense. Fakes the three, passes inside Walker. He'll go inside now and will shoot. It'll roll in off the front iron. Staton. Maggard now. Back to Abbott. Over Alexander. It'll be poked out of bounds by Quaddy. Quaddy, a good player for this team. Hit the game winner just 2 nights ago. Thursday night to beat Sunrise Christian Buffaloes. Abbott, cross court Schaefer. Schaefer will go baseline. He's going to bounce it off the toe of Quaddy. Coach Charbit of the Cougars, a very vocal coach. That 3-pointer's off. Quaddy will go up and get the rebound. Alexander playing tight defense here on Miller. Walker will reset. Shoemaker. Walker in the corner. They'll go down low Quaddy. If that's the matchup that they like, he's not going to get it on the first one. Grant will come down with the rebound. Grant, a good, strong rebound for him. Quaddy, a very powerful force inside. I believe he's been averaging 11 rebounds in this tournament. Although stats are always unofficial, but that's just what I heard from the College Heights boys last night. Alexander works inside. He'll pass down to Grant. Grant will go in on Quaddy, fake the first, try and get it up underneath. That's a tough shot for anyone. Outside Abbott. Abbott will take a 3-ball. No good. He'll get his own rebound. Outside Maggard. Maggard's going to reset and try and calm things down. He'll pass up top Schaefer. Schaefer in the corner over to Abbott. Abbott will go inside. Pull-up shot is blocked back down to his face. They'll go all the way to the rack, and Alexander will come down with that rebound. They got a 3-on-2 fast break. Downside Grant. Grant tries to go up over, but it's a little pass once again to Alexander. Schumacher, to Staton. Staton in the corner with Walker. Walker now surveying the floor. He'll go down low Schumacher, who'll take it back outside. Miller shoots a 3 at the top of the key. That's no good. It'll be rebounded by Quaddy. Quaddy puts up a shot that'll roll in. Trading blows back and forth. 13-13 the score. Abbott to Schaefer. Back up top Maggard to Alexander in the corner. He'll take it to the rack. A good take by Alexander. And he's having a game. Taking it right to the hole. Not afraid of Quaddy down low. And a good start here for Alexander. Walker in the corner, guarded tightly. Now Schumacher. Doesn't want to take it inside. For Maggard is lurking down low. Miller. Back to Schumacher. Walker in the corner, Miller. He'll go baseline. Little floater. And it'll be rebounded by Schaefer. Passed ahead to Alexander. Alexander's going to take it right to the rack. He'll bounce back outside. Now Grant. A good little move in. And that's going to be good for Grant. Grant with 6 points in the matchup. Off the assist from Alexander.
See if he can do another double-double again.
Yes, exactly. He had a double-double in the last matchup.
Versus Neosha.
That's exactly right. Schaefer will take it inside and get a foul called on him. Excuse me, that's Miller taking it inside to get the foul called. And Coach Hibbler is going to call a timeout, try and ice the free throw shooter. So we're going to take a quick break with them. It'll be a 30-second timeout. So we'll be back in 30 seconds. You're watching second quarter action on Baxter Springs.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to embark on a mouth-watering journey down the legendary Route 66? Look no further than Bricks and Brews Woodfire Grill and Pub in the heart of Baxter Springs, Kansas. Start your culinary adventure with their delicious wood-fired pizzas. Keep it rolling with their classic appetizers and crisp salads. Plus, don't miss live music and so much more. Take a detour from the ordinary and head to Bricks and Brews in Baxter Springs, a taste bud trip down Route 66.
Welcome back, everybody. 17-13 the score. Hibbler takes a timeout. Both teams have 4 remaining. 3:49 in the second quarter. 17-13 the score. Your Lions lead. Miller, the lone Cougar inside the arc. The first free throw rattles around. It's good. Second free throw is good as well. So Cougars will assume the full court press. And that's going to get tipped. Cougars get a turnover off the inbound. Missed the shot, luckily, and Maggard will come down with the rebound, pass ahead to Schaefer. Schaefer goes right by Walker. He'll go up top. Grant unable to throw it down. He's not allowed to hang on the rim and do that, so that's a goaltending call. Although it would have been the coolest thing we've seen in this tournament. They try and hit the alley-oop dunk.
I think that's talent. Keep
Yeah,
it.
I mean,
that's hard to do.
if you're able to get the ball while hanging on the rim and put it back in the hole, why not, man? I used to do that all the time when I was playing with action figures. 3 in the corner from Walker, no good. Grant comes down with the rebound. Ball doesn't lie, I guess. Schaefer now, after the missed opportunity, Schaefer loses that one. He's having a rough couple games so far in this tournament, but I believe he'll come back in this one. Walker inside, outside to Dickens. He'll reset, walks back up to the Lancer logo. Tells Smith to roll around. Smith will go to the other side of the court. He gets the ball in the corner now. Dickens. Pass off to Walker. Gets a screen from Ukina. Now Smith with a shot. No good, but it'll be rebounded and taken away by Alexander, but they're going to call a foul. Ooh, I don't know about that call. I thought Alexander had all wall from behind.
I agree. But who am I to say anything?
I guess I'm not as close to the court. You people watching on the live stream right now can zoom in on that one, replay it, analyze, and let me know whether or not that referee was wrong.
Pull up the instant replay, like the challenge for football.
Send this one to New York. Have them take a look at it. Staten knocks down the first free throw, makes it a 1-point lead. Second free throw is good. And that has been the difference so far between a Lions lead and a tied game is Cougars are making their free throws. Down low, Grant, another missed pass and another turnover for the Lions. Just not firing on all cylinders right now and throwing away and making a bunch of needless turnovers. 2 minutes left in the second. Schumacher has it up top. He'll go cross court to Smith. And, okay.
I'm going to say 3 seconds.
Lion basketball.
I think it was because of 3 seconds.
All right. 3 seconds in the lane. Maine gets it cross court. He'll pass over to Schaefer. Schaefer back to Maggard. Cross court Alexander. Alexander now over to Schaefer. Schaefer a chance to get back on track. Misses that shot. Rebounded Smith down low. Schaefer almost gets a foul called on him. Got to be careful with that. Stat now. Back to Smith. Over Dickens on the slot. He'll take it back up top of the key. Smith will go and retreat over the other side of the wing and get the pass. Pass it back up to Schumacher. Corner 3 from Dickens. No good. Ooh, very close to an over-the-back call on Grant. Just mosses Staten for that ball. And another missed pass. I don't know what it is with second quarters and this Lions team, but feels like they're allergic to it or contagious or something like that. I don't know.
Just has bad vibes written all over
The
it.
second quarter's just not been fruitful for the Lions all year long. Quaddy inside. He'll back out and pass off to Schumacher. Now in the corner, Dickens. Tipped out by Maine. They'll let that one roll out of bounds, so it'll be Cougar basketball from the sideline. Over a minute remaining. Second quarter. Tie ball game. Just 17-17. Not a very high-scoring game so far. Only 34 points total. 3 outside from Staten. Just the friendly roll. Makes it 20-17. So now, Maggard has it on the SE. Passes cross court Maine. Maine going to have that one poked out by Dickens. Now Maggard back to Maine. And Quaddy going to poke that one out of bounds. Cougars running that same 3-2 defense that the Baxter Springs Lions run with Quaddy up top. Grant hits it and throws it right to the Baxter Springs Lions fans. And I'm starting to get frustrated up here. I can't imagine what Coach Hibbler's thinking.
Be smart with the ball. I think the thing is, they're not connecting.
If they could just put the passes where they need to be, they'd have scored a lot of points by now. So, Coach Sharbit going to call a timeout for the Cougars. It's going to be a full timeout, so we'll be back in 60 seconds. Remainder of the second quarter here on Baxter Springs Sports Live when we come.
Route 66 Hardware is your trusted hardware store in the heart of Baxter Springs, with just about everything you might need from around the house to the back 40. Top quality tools, equipment, and supplies with a wide range of products. Be on the lookout for big changes coming to Route 66 Hardware. All inventory has been discounted to make room for a new line of products from an all-new vendor. Be patient as Route 66 looks to grow, expand, and continue their commitment to quality customer service. Route 66 Hardware in Baxter Springs.
Welcome back, everybody, here. 20-17 is the score. Less than a minute remaining here in the second quarter. Well, Cougars take a timeout. I'm betting they're looking for the last shot here of this half, a chance to go up by 2 scores. And like we said during the break, they're just not gelling on offense, these Lions. If they had hit just a few of those passes, it's easy scores. But instead, turnovers as Alexander going to take that one away. He'll pause as Dickens playing tight defense. Upside Magger. Now Schaefer. Schaefer going to pause, take a 3, and it'll roll out. Stolen away by Schaefer. Schaefer with a chance to get back in this quarter. Another opportunity. So a chance to tie it up before the end of half with 0.8 seconds remaining. And that'll be a foul on Staten. That's his first. So Schaefer now a chance to tie it up with 0.8 remaining. A good sequence defensively by the Lions creates opportunities for them on the offensive side of the ball. And now Schaefer with the chance to tie it and swing momentum before the halftime. He will. So now Cougars inbound. And they'll heave. And that's the end of the second quarter. And at the first half, 2020 is the score. 2020 Vision, what a good year as well. 2020, what a time of our lives. Schumacher having a big game for the Cougars, knocking down a couple of threes, keeping this game tight. And the freshman, as well as Javen Alexander for the Lions, having a good game, keeping it tied up. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we have the Leah Smith Farmers Insurance Four-State Agency halftime show on Baxter Springs Sports Live.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to embark on a mouth-watering journey down the legendary Route 66? Look no further than Bricks and Brews Woodfire Grill and Pub in the heart of Baxter Springs, Kansas. Start your culinary adventure with their delicious wood-fired pizzas. Keep it rolling with their classic appetizers and crisp salads. Plus, don't miss live music and so much more. Take a detour from the ordinary and head to Bricks and Brews in Baxter Springs, a taste bud trip down Route 66. Route 66 Hardware is your trusted hardware store in the heart of Baxter Springs, with just about everything you might need from around the house to the back 40. Top quality tools, equipment, and supplies with a wide range of products. Be on the lookout for big changes coming to Route 66 Hardware. All inventory has been discounted to make room for a new line of products from an all-new vendor. Be patient as Route 66 looks to grow, expand, and continue their commitment to quality customer service. Route 66 Hardware in Baxter Springs. 1 in 5 U.S. adults and 1 in 6 youth experience a mental illness each year. Losing sleep? Feeling tired for no reason? Feeling anxious or sad? You are not alone. Thankfully, we have Spring River Mental Health and Wellness. Spring River offers a comprehensive range of mental health and substance use services to anyone who walks through the door, regardless of their diagnosis and insurance status, even offering same-day services. If you or someone you know is in need of mental health services, please contact Spring River Mental Health and Wellness. To learn more, go to springrivermh.org. At Spring River Mental Health and Wellness, they are focused on helping the mind and body. That's why they offer a full-service wellness center at the Riverton campus, equipped with a full basketball court and walking track, a variety of cardio equipment, functional fitness equipment, strength machines, and free weights. Members may access group fitness classes such as yoga, cardio, strength and tone, and more. Annual memberships and day passes are available, focusing on the mental and physical health of area families. That's Spring River Mental Health and Wellness. To learn more and for pricing, go to springriverwellness.org.
Are you drowning in clutter and need of some extra space? Look no further than the Storage Shed in Baxter Springs. With a wide range of sizes and options available, the Storage Shed has the space that suits you best with 24-hour access, all in a secure facility. They even have storage containers. Plus, the Storage Shed is your authorized U-Haul rental store right here in Baxter Springs. Visit them today at 2903 Military Avenue or call 620-856-3906.
Our whole vision of becoming the four-state agency was because we want to be able to grow with our clients, whether they have a lake house in Oklahoma, whether they're starting a business and expanding into Arkansas. We want to make sure that they're taken care of, whether it's home, auto, financial services, or even life insurance. We want to walk through the stages of life with our clients. That's the biggest part. That's what makes us different.
Welcome back, everybody, here to Baxter Springs Sports Live in Southeast Kansas for the Lancer Classic Tournament. You can see in front of you guys the two teams warming up for the women's final, getting ready for that championship game. It's going to be Neodesha Blue Streaks versus the Parsons Vikings. And what is going to be a very good matchup between those two. But we're here in the third place game for the boys, where your Lions are tied 20-20 with the College Heights Cougars. Cougars have played each team evenly. Every single team that they've faced has gone to the very wire. Feels like they can't get the upper hand and they can't get the lower hand either. They just are exactly right there in the middle. That's expert talking there for that. But yes, like I was saying, very in the middle so far. Having a good game right now, Javen Alexander. He's made his presence be felt on both the defensive and offensive side of the ball. We talked in our pregame show about how Alexander needs to just be more aggressive all over because he can be a great basketball player. Just feels like he's a little timid right now. And that has been the case. He's taken it to the rack, made a couple great passes, and played defensive aggressively. And now here he is with 6 points and leading the charge for the Lions. Another person with 6 points is Jacob Grant. He's missed a few down low, but he's made up for it with a couple good passes. Although they've done all that good stuff, is definitely to say that they've been struggling on offense. A bunch of silly turnovers, and without them, it could easily be a 10-point, 12-point, heck, even 20-point lead right now. Because of momentum and how things go, they've easily given away 8 points. Easily, just on turnovers. There's been a few drives where a person's been wide open down low and they've thrown it into the mats behind them. Or they've thrown it into the bleachers behind them. And that type of play is just unacceptable, especially against this good team.
And like you said earlier, Daryl, it's all about gelling. Right now, it looks to me as if they're not reading each other. Like they're not knowing that their teammate is cutting or they're not going to be there, or like they're not thinking 2 steps ahead. They're living in the moment, which is why those passes have gone haywire and been thrown into the bleachers. And yeah.
And I get it. It's a Saturday. No one wants to play basketball on a Saturday. So I completely understand. Heck, I'm off my game too. I tell you what, I woke up this morning, dude, just messed up. Woke up, couldn't brush my teeth right, I didn't feel. So I understand being off your groove when this is not a normal night to play. That doesn't mean, however, that you can just sit down and blame it on that solely.
I mean, you're here, might as well play.
Might as well come in and do your best to get the win. And that's what they're trying to do, but as of right now, it just hasn't been working. They've stuck with this team, however, which is a good test to their defense. Or I guess a testament to their defense.
Testament?
Yeah, a good testament to their defense. They've been able to stop the Cougars offensively. They've had a couple of good shots, of course, and Quaddy really runs the paint down low for the Cougars. He's got a couple offensive rebounds already in this game, almost halfway to a double-double. But as far as that goes, they just have done a good job defensively. All they need to do is stop those open threes, and they'll be fine, because a couple of threes were hit in this game, and that's the reason it's so close. If they can get offensive rebounds and stop the offensive rebounds of the Cougars, then they're going to be just fine. And especially on the offensive side of the ball, getting second chance opportunities, because right now our first shots are not hitting, our second shots have been. Especially with Alexander and Grant rebounding down low.
Yep. And I will say they've been doing a great job, especially Grant and Schaefer have been doing an excellent job not to get called over the back. There are a few times where it's like questionable, but other times they have, started to realize that, hey, I can't do that.
That's exactly right. I'd like to show you guys the bracket here in the Leah Smith Farmers Insurance Sports Day Agency halftime show. Well, it's not filled in at all, but you know how it's been filled in. Columbus just played against, I believe it was Sunrise Christian. I did not see if they got the win or not. I'd have to look that up real quick. But we're here in the third place game, playing against College Heights. College Heights fell to Riverton. Riverton advanced that championship, and so did Parsons. So it'll be Riverton versus Parsons, a match as old as time. Those two teams, the Vikings and the Rams, been going head-to-head forever, it feels like. And it's always a good match between those two teams. Richardson, I believe it's Trent Richardson. Terry Richardson of the Riverton Rams. Just a beast down low. About 6'8" and handles the ball like a point guard. He is definitely college material. We'll have to see if he ever gets any offers. Have to keep up to date on that. And then the rest of their team falls in with him, just playing aggressively and well. Well, that's how the bracket lines up. And that pregame show there was brought to you by Leah Smith Farms Insurance Four-State Agency, serving Kansas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Missouri. Leah and her team have the products, services, and experience you're looking for. Give them a call today and see why they are more than just insurance. That's going to end the halftime show as we're already back and going. Corner three from Walker, no good. Rebounded by Grant. So first offense possession going to result in a missed shot. Alexander has it on the wing. Maggard in the corner. He'll go cross court to Maine. He'll go baseline, tries to pass it inside, gets it taken away by Quaddy. It'll go out of bounds. Luckily, it'll be Cougar ball. So another silly pass that gets tipped away. Although the aggressiveness has helped. Working inside so far for the Lions has proven kind of detrimental, as there's a corner three there from Schaefer, and that one's off. Schaefer needs to start working the ball inside more. He's been ice cold from three-point land. Walker works that one inside. Alexander now gets that tipped away from him. He'll back and go straight through the double team and work back around. Now Schaefer in the corner, Maine. They're going to call a foul in the corner. It's going to be on Dickens. I thought we had called a timeout. That'll be Dickens first team foul. 22-20 the score. Alexander fakes to Schaefer. Now he'll go cross to Maine in the corner. Schaefer down low. Maggard almost loses that pass. Back up Alexander. And they're going to get a foul called there. A couple people unhappy with that call. That one's going to be on Schumacher. It'll be his first. Second team foul. Coach telling the ref that that's on Alexander for going through the double team. Alexander holding it. Now Schaefer. Corner Maine. They got to stop going to this corner because they get trapped every single time. I'd like to see him do it again. You know, the definition of insanity as defined by the Oxford Dictionary is doing something over and over again and expecting it to turn out differently. Staten now, top of the key. He'll pass over Walker. Schumacher. Walker at top of the key, working around the logo. He'll call off Dickens and go up Schumacher. Schumacher now. With the three big bodies of Schaefer, Grant, and Alexander looming, Dickens takes a corner three. Rebounded by Quaddy. He'll look at Schaefer, and Schaefer meets him. Meets him at the top of the climb and rejects that one. And here we go in the corner once again. Maggard down low to Grant. They're going to get a foul called on Walker.
They didn't go too deep in the corner, though. That's the good part.
Maine was able to break through it this time, but if I see him do it one more time, I'm just going to get mad. Anger's starting to boil a little bit. They go inside Grant. Fakes his shot inside Alexander. Alexander going to go place a bully ball, and he'll get inside for that one. Another two for Alexander. The points have been spread evenly between the players today. There's a fight for the ball, and Alexander going to get called for a loose ball foul. Maggard gets clocked in the face. Still got all your teeth, kid. You're good. Get back on that ice rink. Just reliving some hockey trauma. Staten now, top of the key. Passes off Schumacher. Down low, Quaddy. Back up top, Staten. His three-pointer. Bang. Increases the lead to 3. Schaefer to Maggard. Maggard to Maine. To Alexander. They'll hand off to Maine. They're going to sink back into a 2-1-2 defense. Schaefer on the wing. Passes to no one. Walker takes it away. He'll work all the way down the floor and miss the layup. So a fortunate turn of events. They pass ahead to Grant. Grant now working inside on Staten. Fakes one way, goes up. Misses. It'll go out of bounds off Statton's leg. So 22-25 to score here in the third with 4:43 remaining. And a pretty slow start here for both teams in this second half. A silly pass there from Maggard. And Dickens working it down the floor for the Cougars. Schumacher to Stanton. Over to Dickens. To Walker in the corner. They'll go inside Stanton. He'll pull up shot. No good. Grant with the ball. Passes off to Schaefer. So a chance for the Lions to get back into this one and get some offensive momentum rolling. Maggard to Schaefer. Cross court Alexander. Alexander's three ball is no good. So Walker to Schumacher. Now Walker. He'll bring it back to the top of the key. Go to work on Grant. Hands off. Grant uses the long arms and pokes that one up and bounds and it'll roll off of Walker's hands. Grant gets a sneaky little hand in there. And Hibbler going to call a timeout on that possession. So we're going to take a quick timeout with him. He's going to try and reset his offense. You're here watching Baxter Springs Sports Live.
One in 5 U.S. adults and 1 in 6 youth experience a mental illness each year. Losing sleep? Feeling tired for no reason? Feeling anxious or sad? You are not alone. Thankfully, we have Spring River Mental Health and Wellness. Spring River offers a comprehensive range of mental health and substance use services to anyone who walks through the door, regardless of their diagnosis and insurance status, even offering same-day services. If you or someone you know is in need of mental health services, please contact Spring River Mental Health and Wellness. To learn more, go to springrivermh.org.
Welcome back, everybody, here. 25-22. Hibbler talking about some offensive schemes, and hopefully they're going to work. Abbott gets it up top near half-court line. Now Maggard. Passes over top to Abbott. Abbott, a neat little dribble. Gets an ooh from the crowd. Alexander thinking about going to work. They're going to say it was tipped, so a fortunate turn. They try and roll it out to Schaefer. Schaefer will get it. He's got to come up the floor quick. Heaves it down to Grant, over to Alexander. He'll go inside.
Very smart to not get that 5-second call.
Definitely. They're going to call a foul on Walker. That's his third. So Walker going to have to take a seat, which is good news for the Lions as he's been a force defensively and offensively. Schaefer has it in the corner, trying to get back on track, and it'll roll out. Schaefer going to need to avoid lottery tickets after that shot because that one was in the bucket and it rolled out. Schumacher. Back to Miller. In the corner, Burns. Statton. Outside Burns, his three ball. No good. Going to be rebounded down low, and they're going to call a foul. It'll be on Schaefer. So Alexander gets a block, but Schaefer gets called for a foul. That's his second. And Ukina will be sent to the line. That one will roll in. Schumacher and Statton will take a seat. Dickens returns. And so will Quaddy. Second free throw good. Extends the lead to 5. They're going to assume the full court press now. Abbott comes up and gets the ball. He's going to get trapped inside. And Hibbler going to have to take a timeout. So another timeout. He'll take a full. So we'll take a full timeout with him. We'll be back in a minute on Baxter Springs Sports Live.
Looking for a pharmacy that truly cares? Look no further than Wolker Drug, your hometown pharmacy in Baxter Springs. Locally owned and rooted in our community, check out their large selection of everything you need to keep your family happy and healthy. You can even print your photos at Wolker Drug. Take advantage of their convenient drive-thru or local delivery with Wolker's Smart Cars. For seniors, Wolker offers free Medicare Part D consultations. Wolker Drug, where your health and community come together in Baxter Springs. Check us out online at wolkerdrug.com.
Welcome back, everybody, here. Third quarter, 2:57 remaining, 27-22 the score. Lions held just 2 points so far in this second half, and 5 minutes have gone by. Grant gets the inbound. He'll go past Quaddy. Passes ahead Alexander. Alexander to Schaefer. Schaefer now to Maggard. Down low, Grant. Cross court, Abbott. Alexander in the corner. He'll go baseline. Up and over Quaddy. Quaddy will get the rebound, however, on that missed shot. So now Cougars rolling around their offense. Miller has it top of the key. He'll pass off. Dickens to Miller, and that's going to be a very obvious foul on Alexander. Tries to get the steal. Instead, gets a handful of Miller's arm. Have to check him for red marks on his arm after that hit. I don't know if you've ever seen slap boxing, but man, that is comparable.
I feel like I'd rather just do regular boxing than
Yeah.
slap boxing.
Pass to Miller in the corner, Dickens. He'll go back up to Miller. Nowhere to go. Lions defense stands strong right now. Dickens working inside. He'll pass out Burns. Burns is 3-ball. Rolls out, no good. Something wrong with the rims here in Southeast.
It's some outside of the court.
Maggard. Down low, Grant outside Schaefer. Schaefer elects not to shoot. And another missed pass. So another turnover as Schumacher will return, as well as Staten. Ukina, as well as Burns, will take a seat. So we got the original starters besides Miller on the floor. Walker still sitting after his third foul. Dickens now. Work around back to the top of the key and pass off Schumacher. Schumacher with a 3, and it's good. Maggard. Cross to Alexander. Passes out Schaefer. Down low, Grant. He'll go up and over, and that's a good way to get back on the scoreboard. Needing more of those as we go down the line and later into this game. Grant with 8 points. Miller passes back Dickens. Back to Miller. He'll go around. Dickens inside Staten. Now Quaddy. He'll pull up. Shot from the corner. No good. Schaefer passes ahead Alexander. Thinks about the 3, won't shoot. Now Schaefer will. And that's good. And Schaefer, get back on track, kid. Start hitting your shots.
I think the corner 3 is just a curse.
Calling a 3. It's not glitchy like those games.
Mm-hmm.
There was an old NBA game that used to have a real glitchy corner 3, where if you just pulled up from anywhere, you'd make it almost every time. I think it was on the PS2. Anyways, Quaddy up top on the logo. He'll pass off Schumacher. They're going to go for the final shot with 13 seconds remaining. 3-point lead here as Dickens has it on the wing. He'll go inside. Staten. Shot is good. So 3 seconds remaining. Ahead to Alexander. His shot from half court is off. Staten going to close off with the 2-pointer. Take some momentum for the Cougars. A 5-point lead in the third. Return for the fourth quarter here in just a second. You're watching Baxter Springs Sports Live. Welcome back, everybody. Baxter Spring Sports Live here in Southeast Kansas. The Lancer Classic Tournament. Third place game here. Lions trying to get the third place in this tournament. Last year was runner-ups, I believe, after losing to the Parsons Vikings in the final round. But here they are, both teams with 3 timeouts remaining.
No.
Neither team in real big foul trouble besides...
Hey, your thing's wrong.
What's that?
Baxter has 2.
Ah, well. Hibbler took another timeout without my knowing.
Didn't happen. Fake
Maggard.
news.
He'll inbound to Schaefer. So Lions need to start scoring. A bit of a slow third quarter and a slow second quarter for them as well. Maggard to Grant down low. He'll go inside Alexander, and Alexander goes up and gets the bucket. Alexander attacking the rim. Goes together like peanut butter and jelly or bananas and honey. Schumacher. Dickens. Over to Walker. Walker has returned to this game. He has 3 fouls. I believe Alexander on our team also has 3 fouls, so he needs to be careful going down the way. Staten, with tight defense being played on him, Quaddy going to go down low. He'll go up and over Maggard. Missed that shot, and there's going to be a foul on the rebound. They're going to call it on Abbott, I believe. First team foul here up the quarter. First foul for Abbott. They'll go over top Staten. Staten's 3-ball. No good. Rebounded by Alexander. He'll hold on to it tightly. He'll bring it across the timeline. Passes up Schaefer. Back to Alexander. Back to Schaefer. Maggard. Trying to pass to Grant. Passes it to no one instead. Dickens going to get that shot to roll. Schaefer now coming down quickly for the Lions. Euro inside, up to Maggard. A good pass, but a missed shot. Abbott going to poke one out, but it goes right to Quaddy. Schumacher's 3-ball is going to get a foul called on it. Really? Well, they'll call a foul on that 3-point shot, so Schumacher going to get sent to the free throw line for a chance at 3. And that'll be Alexander's 4th of the game. Iffy call. First one rolls out, no good. As they say on the streets, ball does not lie. Not sure if they say that. I've never played street basketball. Second free throw is good. Lions trailing. This game has been close all the way up until this point. It's still close, of course, but they're trailing for their most in the game. A risky pass up to Schaefer. He'll go and high point that one. Coach needs to get him on the football team. Schaefer, Alexander, and Abbott going to get called for the travel. Running out of possessions with 6:30 remaining, and Cougars having all the momentum. Walker now bringing it up the floor for the Cougars. He'll stop at the Lancer logo and work around. Now it's Dickens, guarded by Alexander. He's going to pass down to Quaddy, poked out by Abbott, but goes right back into Quaddy's hands, and he's going to knock down the jump shot. Inbounded to Schaefer, back to Alexander. Up to Maggard, and Maggard can't handle the pass. And the Lions falling apart. The glue that has stuck them together is starting to dry up, and Hibbler going to have to take a timeout to try and salvage something here and get them back into the game. It's going to be a full timeout. We got a minute remaining on this break. When we come back, we'll have the rest of this fourth quarter here on Baxter Spring Sports Live.
For more than 20 years, Gherkin Rental has been the place to go to get the job done in eastern Kansas and western Missouri. With a huge selection of quality equipment, from roll-offs to trailers, telehandlers to generators, power washers to popcorn makers. Experienced equipment professionals and clean, well-maintained tools to help you get the job done right the first time. Gherkin Rental. Stop by any of their 13 locations across the KC Metro or call 855-GHERKINS. That's 855-437-5367.
Welcome back, everybody, here. 5 seconds left on the timeout. Lions running out of time in this one. Still plenty of time, of course. 6 minutes remaining in a 9-point game. They fought back down from 22 in the last game, but I'd rather see them just lead rather than having to fight back all the time. Been a couple of costly turnovers in this matchup, and that's led to the Cougars having a 9-point lead. So, Walker will have it for the College Heights Cougars. He'll pass off to Dickens. Grant guarding. Dickens, cross to Schumacher. His 3-ball is good. And that could just put the Cougars over the edge. A lot of risky passes here for the Lions, as they've been passing it cross court. Schaefer trying to answer. He will. Schaefer answers with his own 3-ball, gets it back to a 9-point game. Schaefer with 11. Corner 3 from Schumacher, no good. Abbott takes it, and he's going to have a full court break. Passes off to Grant. He gets the shot up. Abbott stops in the last second.
What happened there?
I don't know. Something wrong with the clock, maybe? I don't know. Whatever happened, I'm not sure. Schumacher now. Guarded tightly by Grant and Abbott. Magger going to take that one away from Quaddy and pass into Schaefer. So now the Lions with a fast break. Got a Wolf coming behind. Grant going to go down low and up over. Misses the shot. Misses the down low shot. And now Walker and the Cougars. So a turnover forced by the Lions results in nothing. Dickens. Schumacher to Alexander. He'll tip that back. Walker will get it back for the Cougars. Inside Quaddy. He'll pull up. That shot no good. Tipped around. And they'll get an offensive rebound. Dickens shoots a 3. That one's off. Rebounded by Maggard. And they're going to get a foul called. If that's on Walker, that'll be his 4th. It is. So Walker's 4th foul, and one of the key guards for the Cougars going to have to go take a seat. Schaefer gets the inbound from Maggard. He'll go left. Shoemaker guarding closely. Spin move on Schumacher. Passes it down low to no one. So some silly turnovers for the Lions. Feels like the last couple games have been full with them as Quaddy goes down low. And they're going to say he touched the out-of-bounds line. So a fortunate turn of events. Cougars being sloppy on offense as well. Lions need to answer, though, and take advantage of these turnovers. Fans saying that defense wins. And I couldn't agree more, because the defense for the Lions is proven good right now. But the offense has been lacking. Alexander thinks about the 3, won't shoot. He'll pass across to Abbott. Abbott goes inside, and they're going to call a travel. Okay. Well, that one's interesting. Not sure I agree with that call. Maine will come in for Abbott. Abbott will take a seed off that one. I don't know. Travel calls are always so tacky. You know what I mean? They're always just so, I'm not sure.
Like, really, what is a travel? Unless it's, like, blatantly obvious.
Yeah. like that right there could have been a travel off
travel,
the
yeah.
shuffle. Rebounded Alexander. They're going to call a foul on Dickens. That's his second. But yeah, it's always so tacky, and I'm never really quite sure what the travel is going to be. I feel like it could always go either way. Schaefer now.
I mean, do you get one step or do you get like 2 steps? You know,
They call it travel. So there's another one.
I mean, personally, that's a travel, but he was also getting pushed.
Schaefer trying to force it up the court. Now he's going to get a steal and goes up. Luckily, the ball goes in. I think he was trying to dunk, but gets the layup instead. Schumacher outside, and coach going to call a timeout for the Cougars. So a chance to rest here a little bit. A 5-point lead for the Cougars. We're going to take a quick break when we come back. Actually, no, we'll just keep it here because I want to talk. Some senseless turnovers here so far for the Lions. This game has been full of them, and they are not taking advantage of their scoring opportunities. And honestly, it's kind of just starting to make me mad. To tell you the truth, I want to see them score. I want to see them succeed. I want to see them take home this third-place trophy. But, man, they cannot get it done with throwing the ball away.
I mean, that's what's killing them, really. Their defense is good. Their offense is all right, but it's just turnovers. You know, that's what's really killing them the most. They're not doing anything bad on either side. It's just the turnovers.
And that's been the case on both sides. Whenever they get a turnover on defense and they force the turnover on the Cougars, they can't go down and score off of it.
And just, it's like giving the ball to them, like handing them.
Exactly. Cross-court pass to Schumacher. He'll pass off to Walker. Walker has re-entered the game. Still has 4 fouls. They'll go up to Staten. Staten will take it back outside. Walker now inside Quaddy. Quaddy tries to go down low. So an interesting choice by Staten not to go up with it down low. He had Alexander guarding. Could have potentially forced the 4th foul. Magger going to go way down to Maine. Maine puts it up and misses the shot. Gosh, dang it. So another missed opportunity for the Lions. Walker. Going to go to work on Schaefer. Miller now. Passes it back to Staten. Over to Schumacher. He'll go down low to Walker. Walker. And coach going to have to call another timeout. So we'll take another timeout with them. You're here watching Baxter Springs Sports.
I was raised in a small town, and there was a lot of people who took time to invest in me. And so when we decided to open up our offices, we want to make sure that we're pouring back into the community that's giving to us. We care. We want to be involved. We want to have a passion for what you have a passion for. We want to be able to give back. And that's the foundation. That's why we're more than just insurance.
Welcome back, everybody, here to Baxter Springs Sports Live in Southeast Kansas. Lions trailing by 5, missing a lot of opportunities on the offensive side of the ball. A timeout was called by the Cougars, so they're down. Now to just 1 timeout remaining. They got 1 timeout. Lions have 1 timeout. And both teams trying to get this third-place trophy. It has been a tight matchup all throughout this game. They were tied at half, 20-20. And right now, the Cougars on top. Walker has it outside. Passes back to Miller. Miller now over to Schumacher. Schumacher will fake one way, go the other. He's dribbling around up top. Gets it over to Miller. Miller in the corner. Walker. Walker. Schumacher fakes. Guarded tightly by the perimeter defenders of the Lions. Cross-court, Miller, his 3-ball. No good. Rebound to Schaefer. Passes ahead to Alexander. Alexander's got a free head of the court. He'll go for the layup and good. 3-point game. Inbound to Miller. Miller ahead to Staten. Maggard pokes it away. Staten gets it back. Schumacher down low to Walker. Walker has a swarm of defenders. Miller now outside. Goes inside. A little floater. No good. Maggard gets the rebound. He's going to tiptoe the line. Passes across to Alexander. Alexander now to Maggard. Maggard on the wing. Tries to go cross court to Maine. Now Alexander. Thinks about the three. Won't. Schaefer will. No good. Quaddy gets the rebound down low. Horde of Lion defenders. Schumacher to Staten. Staten going to get fouled by Schaefer. So electing to foul here with a minute left. Can't afford the stall game. Alexander with 12 points in the matchup. Walker inbounds to Staten. Staten goes up top Dickens. Dickens to Schumacher. He'll get fouled by Grant. Because of the lack of foul trouble, Cougars will still inbound. Not in the double bonus yet, but they are at 4 fouls, so the next foul will send the next shooter to the line. Walker gets it on the inbound. He'll go over to Staten. Staten back to Walker. He'll go down low. Dickens outside Schumacher. And that's a very, very close to a foul. Dickens basically tackled him. He was trying to go up to block that shot, and Dickens ran underneath him. Very similar to what we saw happen with Maggard in yesterday's game against the Parsons Vikings. Hibbler going to use his final timeout. We'll take our final, hopefully final break of this one. I kind of just want to see this one through to the end. 40 seconds remaining in this one. You're watching Baxter Springs Sports Live.
One in 5 U.S. adults and 1 in 6 youth experience a mental illness each year. Losing sleep? Feeling tired for no reason? Feeling anxious or sad? You are not alone. Thankfully, we have Spring River Mental Health and Wellness. Spring River offers a comprehensive range of mental health and substance use services to anyone who walks through the door, regardless of their diagnosis and insurance status, even offering same-day services. If you or someone you know is in need of mental health services, please contact Spring River Mental Health and Wellness. To learn more, go to springrivermh.org.
Welcome back, everybody. 40 seconds remain to see who is the victor between the Cougars and the Lions. The battle of the Cats to try and take home the third place trophy here in the Southeast Lancer Classic. Both teams trying to gain some momentum going back into the regular season, this being the final tournament for the Lions. I'm not sure how many games the Cougars have left, because I'm not aware of what the Missouri brackets are like. But fourth quarter action here. Lions trail by 3, needing a stop on defense. Staten has it in the corner. He's going to get fouled by Maine. Schaefer will go and help him up. A tough foul there. He'll get sent to the free throw line. Chance for 2 shots and a chance to go up by 2 scores. This one's good. On the floor for the Cougars, Quaddy, Staten, Schumacher, Dickens, and Walker. Alexander, Maggard, Maine, Schaefer, and Grant for the Lions. Schaefer will bring it down the floor. 5-point game. He'll go inside, and he's going to have the ball taken away. That'll just about be the dagger. Needed a score there. Needed a score on that possession to draw it back to a 1-score game. And Schaefer gets his 4th. First free throw good. Well, the most they can go up by is a 2-score game. A 2-possession game, I should say. Barring the next free throw from Walker. He'll sink it. Corner 3. Bang! Isaiah Maine, ice in his veins. 3-point game. And Quaddy going to get fouled and sent to the free throw line. So the weight of the world goes on Quaddy's shoulders as the kid answers back with the 3 ball. Maine with ice in the vein. First free throw good from Quaddy. Quaddy, a clutch player, proved it earlier this week by hitting the game-winning shot down low against the Sunrise Christian Buffaloes. Ahead to Maggard. Maggard to Alexander. Gosh dang, that's been the story of the night right there. Silly turnovers. Absolutely silly turnovers, not even giving them a chance. Choosing to instead throw the ball back court and eliminating and decreasing their chances in this matchup. Waddy. And that's going to be the end of this one. 46-41, the final score. Lions fall to the Cougars. College Heights going to get the 3rd place trophy in the Lancer Classic. Lions going to fall to 7-6 on the season. We'll have to see how they bounce back next week. We'll have that action here on Baxter Spring Sports Live. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have the Bricks and Brews Woodfire Grill and Pub postgame show. We'll take a look back at stats, our key analysis on the game, and much more, all here on Baxter Spring Sports Live.
Route 66 Hardware is your trusted hardware store in the heart of Baxter Springs, with just about everything you might need from around the house to the back 40. Top quality tools, equipment, and supplies with a wide range of products. Be on the lookout for big changes coming to Route 66 Hardware. All inventory has been discounted to make room for a new line of products from an all-new vendor. Be patient as Route 66 looks to grow, expand, and continue their commitment to quality customer service. Route 66 Hardware in Baxter Springs.
Are you drowning in clutter and need of some extra space? Look no further than the Storage Shed in Baxter Springs. With a wide range of sizes and options available, the Storage Shed has the space that suits you best with 24-hour access, all in a secure facility. They even have storage containers. Plus, the Storage Shed is your authorized U-Haul rental store right here in Baxter Springs. Visit them today at 2903 Military Avenue or call 620-856-3906.
Save the Children believes childhood without food is unimaginable. Yet around the world, children are suffering from the worst famine in our lifetime, coupled with conflict, poverty, climate change, and more. Join Save the Children and get fed up. Fed up with the lack of progress. Fed up with the injustice. Learn how you can get involved in the fight against childhood hunger at savethechildren.org/getfedup.
I'm fed up. We're fed up. We're fed up.
I used to drive an ambulance as an EMT, and I've always tried to be a safe driver. If people knew what I know, lives could be saved. In my car, if I see a truck or bus taking a turn, I know to take my time. When big vehicles turn right, they may swing wide to make the turn. If you try to sneak in, well, it's a lesson you'd rather not learn the hard way. When trucks and buses turn, let's you and I wait. It's our roads, it's our safety.
1 in 5 U.S. adults and 1 in 6 youth experience a mental illness each year. Losing sleep? Feeling tired for no reason? Feeling anxious or sad? You are not alone. Thankfully, we have Spring River Mental Health and Wellness. Spring River offers a comprehensive range of mental health and substance use services to anyone who walks through the door, regardless of their diagnosis and insurance status, even offering same-day services. If you or someone you know is in need of mental health services, please contact Spring River Mental Health and Wellness. To learn more, go to springrivermh.org.
Our whole vision of becoming the four-state agency was because we want to be able to grow with our clients, whether they have a lake house in Oklahoma, whether they're starting a business and expanding into Arkansas. We want to make sure that they're taken care of, whether it's home, auto, financial services, or even life insurance. We want to walk through the stages of life with our clients. That's the biggest part. That's what makes us different.
Welcome back, everybody, here to the Bricks and Brews Wood-Fired Grill and Pub postgame show. Well, tough loss there for the Lions. Really came down to the wire, came down to the very end. And just the kicker of it all was Cougars hit shots and we did not. Cougars were not perfect on offense. We were not perfect on offense. Cougars made a ton of turnovers. Just in the end, they hit more shots than we did. It would be their free throw shooting that would take them to the very end, but the game's not won on those last plays. It's won throughout the time. And unfortunately, Lions going to take home the loss after unable to score towards the end. Highlight in this one, a couple of players. Schaefer started off pretty cold in this one. Had a couple of turnovers to his name and a couple of missed shots, but then he would bounce back at the end, playing when it mattered most at the end. However, you'd like him to hit those shots all the way through. Just wasn't his night tonight. He ended up, well, I'm going to count real quick, 8, 10, 12, 13 points. The point spread is quite wide compared to our normal games that we have. Maine with 6, Alexander with 12, and Grant with 8. That's how the scoring lines up for that. Just eliminate those turnovers, and they're going to be fine. I have no worries about them in the future. They're going to be fine moving on. They're going to still bounce back and be a good team. In the long run, this tournament means nothing, so it's not really a big deal. That College Heights Cougars team is very good, although they got beat by Riverton last night, and later on in this year, the Baxter Springs Lions going to visit Riverton. That's actually their next game, which will be next Friday, January 26th. We're going to have that call for you guys. It's in Baxter Springs, so go ahead and show up and help out your home team. But if you can't, you can listen in on Baxter Springs Sports Live because we'll have that here for you. Daryl McLean and Sarah Goebel on the call for that one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you to all the sponsors for helping us come out here and bring this game to you guys so that you didn't have to leave out in the cold and come all the way to Southeast Kansas. We're going to sign off from Southeast. Baxter Springs Lions take 4th place in the tournament against some very good teams. A good performance for them. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and good night from Southeast.
You've been watching Baxter Springs Athletics on your new home for the Lions, Baxter Springs Sports Live. Baxter Springs Sports Live is presented by WDM. Learn more at WDMinc.net. Also by